Hey everyone, Admiral Seabass here. Good afternoon. Welcome to my war room, and welcome to turn 10 for U.S. Pacific Command. Okay, techs, SDI, Advanced Sonar, and Advanced Airborne. Okay, we went 0 for 4 last time. Let's see what happens this time. Oh boy. Well, we missed Advanced Airborne, but we hit SDI and we hit Advanced Sonar. All right, baby. Let's heat things up. SDI goes to stage 3, and Advanced Sonar is complete. Excellent. That will enable one of the attacks that we wanted to do this turn. Okay, so then let's bring in purchases. It's going to be, I think, a relatively short turn, but I think it'll be impactful. I have 2 battle stars, not spending either one. And then my purchase. Yeah. Okay. So pretty simple purchase. I'm building 1 aircraft for 4. He'll go in Alaska. 2 aircraft for 8. Those will go on amphibious assault ships using the Marine Expeditionary Forces special ability for the U.S. And then in Tokyo, with 2 advisors, I'm building 2 airborne. And then I'm building a Top Gun ASF, and I'm building an regular ASF as well. And actually, I'm not sure if I can build that Top Gun outside of home country. I think I can, but we'll say I can. So that's my purchase. Let's move to combat. Okay, let's start down here in Southeast Asia. Actually, let's pull you back a little bit. Because I got advanced sonar, I can now detect an enemy with Caterpillar drive. So these 2 SSKs will go here and attack that SSN. My strategic bomber, which I moved to Taiwan off camera, will go 1, 2, 3 down here, and he will shoot 2 cruise missiles into a surgical strike into South Vietnam. And I have PGM, so I'm trying to kill that airborne is what I'm hoping for. Okay, and then big moves up here in Korea. Those pesky Soviets took all my air mobile forces out in that surgical strike. And as President Reagan looks on here, he has traveled to Tokyo to observe these critical U.S. Pacific Command operations. And Mikhail Gorbachev looks on from Vladivostok as well. But we are going to blow the smithereens out of the Soviets, and I have 2 spy sats now, thanks to finishing my 2nd space launch facility. So in South Korea, with battlefield nukes and triple dice, these 2 attack bombers escorted by the air superiority fighter will come in. In North Korea, the stealth F-117 Nighthawk will come in. He is not subject to interception. He will be subject to a single SPAG shot, though. So that is there. And then the absolutely major move is up here. We are launching a heavy amphibious assault of Sakhalin Island. So, and actually I just realized I can't do that. I can't reach there because I don't have a +1 from a major port. So I'd have to go 1. Yeah, we will shift that to Kuril Islands. That actually makes it slightly simpler. So the amphibious assault ship with the air cav will come 1, 2, 3 and launch that air cav against the island and its lone paramilitary force. It will pick up the Marine and the field artillery and also launch them into an amphibious assault. The cruiser will come down and do a shore bombardment as well. And then since I couldn't use my destroyers for anything else, they will also come in here and they will fire 2 anti-ship missiles into a port strike there into Vladivostok. Mark that with a blast marker. And then the 2 fighters from the supercarrier will also support the attack into Kuril Islands as well. And then the other forces will move in later. The other naval forces will move in later. So, okay, all right, let's roll some dice. I don't know that I need to put any of this on the battle board. So let's see. Let's start up here. If this cruiser could get a hit, we could end it in Kuril Islands. So he just needs a 2 or less first strike. I'm going to call that a 1. All right. So we do take Kuril Islands. That will give us a bonus. +1 wartime adjustment, actually. So we take Kuril Islands. Excellent. Okay. Now let's do this port strike. And that will be actually 1. Yeah, that'll be 4 AMD dice at 4 or less. And they all miss. So then we get 2 anti-ship missiles at 5, and there's 1 hit. So the Soviets will take that 1 hit on the amphibious assault ship, just like before. All right. Now, let's do the nuclear strikes on the Korean Peninsula. So, first of all, in South Korea, there are 2 defending airborne infantry, and actually for these 2 strikes, we're going to move Fallout from 5 up to 7. So with the SpySat, they get full value in these nuclear surgical strikes. So 6 dice at 7, we need 2 hits. And we got 3 hits. So those 2 airborne are gone. And then in North Korea, I will roll the 3 nuclear dice for the F-117, also at 7s with the SpySat, and the SPAG gets a single shot at a 2. Okay, there's only 1 hit. That's disappointing. So I think that there's 2 early gen MBTs and a SPAG there. I think I'll take one of the early gen MBTs as that hit. Okay. So those are all done, and now we just have the 2 combats down here, and I'm going to just show you those again, and because these are just simple dice rolling matters. So let's do the surgical strike in South Vietnam first. So 2 dice, 5 or less, full target select. Here's a 2, so bye-bye airborne infantry in South Vietnam. And then I'm going to roll all these together, even though the Soviet SSN in I-15 will go silent running. I'm rolling his defense dice just in case one of the SSKs gets a hit. So the green dice I need a 1, 2, or a 3 on. So I got a hit with an SSK, and then the SSN got a hit back. So Soviets will lose an SSN, and the US will lose one of the SSKs. Okay, now let's go to non-combat movement. All right, let's keep you here, because I'll just pick up the spy satellites, and all these planes will go back to Tokyo. Okay. Let's take all these off. All right, and then up here, we will consolidate the fleet. So the supercarrier and the 2 frigates come down with the air superiority fighters. And so we'll put the cruiser back on there. the 2 destroyers, the 2 frigates, the amphibious assault ship, and the 2 fighters will land back on the supercarrier as well. And then we'll put the fleet marker right there to show the fleet is there. Okay. Then, if you see up here in Alaska, I'm going to pick up, I have 3 air redeployments. So I'm going to pick up the 2 fighters and the attack bomber. And I'm going to reposition you to here. And I'm going to land the attack bomber in the Philippines. And I'm going to land the 2 fighters in the Philippines as well. I'm going to land the B-52 back on Taiwan. And then we're going to do a naval combination movement here. The amphibious assault ship and the frigate will go 1, 2, 3, 4 to P-54. And they will be joined by the destroyer 1, 2, 3, 4, also to P-54. Small surface fleet here. Like that. And I believe that's all my non-combat. Oh no, I have one more. The SPAG is going to seal it from Okinawa to Tokyo. Okay, that is it. So let's place units, and we'll keep you down here because cool new special ability in V2 is that the US has Marine Expeditionary Forces, so I can place this air cav straight on to the deck of that amphibious assault ship right there. Okay, now let's move up to Tokyo, where we decided to do something at the president's urging about the recent massive Soviet air incursion into Tokyo. So we're going to build a Top Gun air superiority fighter in Tokyo and a regular air superiority fighter in Tokyo. And then with military advisors who flew over with the president's entourage, we're going to build 2 airborne infantry in Tokyo as well. Okay. Then we come up here. Nice vantage point for you. Where we will build another air cav on the deck of the amphibious assault ship, also using Marine Expeditionary Forces, and we'll build another air cav at the airbase in Alaska. Okay, let's go to collect income. First, battle stars. We get 1 for Kuril Islands, and we get another 1 for sinking an enemy sub defending alone. That'll give us 4 next turn. And then for regular income, we are at a base of 25. There's 25. I get +1 for Kuril Islands, and then I get global support. So let's see what I get from Washington. That's an 8. That is 4 more. Hand delivered by President Ronald Reagan. And so that will give us 2630 IPP cash on hand for next turn. Take care.